Suffering with anti-incumbency, Telangana's chief minister is playing a dangerous game only to fend off the BJP threat. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I will tell you how Telangana's Chief Minister Chandrashekar Rao has become so offended by the rise of the BJP in the state that he has now resorted to raking up the age-old water dispute and perhaps his only resort to gain back support from the voters. From losing 3 seats in the Lok Sabha elections to just about managing to emerge above the BJP in the Greater Hyderabad Municipal Elections, Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrashekar Rao is battling for political survival as the saffron party tightens its noose around him. After Karnataka, Telangana is set to be the biggest bastion for the BJP in the south, and thus a fearful KCR has played the regionalism card to earn political clout in the state. He has reignited the Krishna river water dispute by raking up the sharing agreement with Andhra Pradesh. After agreeing to the 66-34 water sharing rule, KCR has now flipped and he is demanding an equal 50-50 share. However, a quick analysis reveals that it is just a hollow demand solely meant to mislead the voters, fan the flames of subnationalism, and win over the traditional vote bank, which has over the years become disillusioned with his false promises that are often, if not always, based on jingoism and subnationalism. Water wars are not a unique problem in India. Previously, states like Tamil Nadu and Karnataka have slogged over it. However, the fight for the Krishna river water between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana has reached a tipping point, and it is the newly carved state of Telangana that came into existence 7 years ago that is playing the regionalism card and the subnationalism card. But this is not about water. This is to revive Chief Minister K. Chandrashekar Rao's lost legacy as the BJP continues to be at his tail and vehemently pursues his chair. When Telangana came into existence, the two states, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, agreed to split water share 66-34 on an ad hoc basis until the Krishna Water Dispute Tribunal II decided the final allocation. However, pursuing an aggressive course of action, the KCR government is now demanding a 50-50 share of the Krishna river water. Telangana was carved out in the final year of the UPA's rule as a last-ditch effort by the failing alliance to resuscitate its fortunes. Naturally, the split was haphazard, and like other state splits brokered by the late Atal Bihari Vajpayee government in Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Uttarakhand, a host of administrative decisions were left hanging in this case. To this day, the bilateral issues between the two states arising out of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014 has forced them to give each other the side eye. The massive controversy surrounding the capital had kept both states on their toes for a long time, and now the Krishna River issue is being used as a political ploy by KCR to reap similar gains. The reason for stoking the regionalism card is simple. KCR's anti-incumbency-ridden Telangana Rashtra Samiti will indirectly benefit from the flare-up in the Huzurabad Assembly by-election. The by-election was necessitated after former TRS Minister Itala Rajender resigned as MLA and joined the BJP. Itala Rajender was a strong leader of the TRS, and his switching sides to the BJP was a jolt to came as a jolt to KCR. Not only this, BJP's performance in the recent Greater Hyderabad Municipal Elections has blown the air out of leaders like KCR and Owaisi. As reported by TFI, the Saffron Party won 48 seats out of 150, 4 more than 44 of the AIMIM, and 7 less than 55 won by the TRS. From the Lok Sabha elections, where the BJP won 4 seats to TRS's 9, to block-level elections, the performance of the Saffron Party has rapidly improved, and it has strengthened its position as the biggest rival to the TRS. More representation for the people of Telangana in the cabinet means more people will side with the BJP. Similarly, the voters are beginning to notice that KCR and his governance pivoting towards the Muslim vote bank is brittle and not built on much substance. Such is the ugliness of the fight between the Andhra Pradesh and the Telangana chief ministers that Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramanna had to recuse himself from hearing a case between the two parties after his request for mediation was refused. Even after going all out to appease the minority community, KCR appears to be falling short behind the charging cavalcade of the BJP. As reported by TFI, such has been the extent of appeasement in the state that while the entire country was battling the second wave of the coronavirus pandemic during April and May, the Muslim minority community, which enjoys a high degree of minority appeasement under KCR, was seen flouting all COVID norms in Hyderabad, Asaduddin Owaisi's which is Asaduddin Owaisi's backyard. Huge crowds at Hyderabad's Charminar had gathered for Eid shopping. Tens of thousands were seen milling at the Medina market indiscriminately without wearing any masks and without maintaining any social distancing. All this minority appeasement, instead of reaping political gains for KCR, is only leading to greater anti-incumbency. With such blatant minority appeasement still not rewarding KCR with the desired number of seats, he has taken to the tried and tested trope of making the masses believe that Andhra Pradesh and the Modi-led BJP government are the big villains who are not allowing water to reach the people of Telangana. However, KCR's ploy is set to fail as it goes through the rigors of judicial proceedings. The bigger question thus remains: does KCR have a plan B? Because this particular ploy will disastrously blow up in his face for sure.